Do opposites attract, and should they?
If you look at the literature in social psychology, no, actually. People are pulled towards similarities. But the tricky part about that is there's lots of different kinds of opposites and similarities. Extroverts sometimes find introverts really fascinating, right? And really, and willing to listen to them. I'm an extrovert. Maybe I like to have introvert friends because they'll listen while I talk. I like to talk. They like me to talk. So you can have those kinds of things, but that similarity in values really seems to matter in the literature. People who marry and who have long-term marriages usually have similar values, similar outlooks in life. So there are some basic similarities that are there. I think the real issue is not about similarities and differences. It's about how you deal with the fact that you have enough similarity that you can connect and you can see the world in the same way. You can share each other's view in the world. But also how you deal with differences. That's the key issue. And for lots of couples, if you just have differences that are just differences and you have a secure emotional bond, differences can be fun. My husband likes hiking up mountains. I hate hiking up mountains. I don't like hiking at all. If I'm going to hike, it's obvious to me you should hike on flat ground. Why do you want to walk straight uphill? It hurts my feet. I don't like it. At the beginning of our marriage, that was a big deal because it wasn't about hiking. It wasn't about, it was about him saying, if you loved me, you'd come hiking with me. Oh, that's not about hiking. That's a love issue. That's a bonding issue, an attachment issue. So lots of times, differences which can be fun and you can play with them. These days I go hiking. I sometimes go hiking with my husband. He teaches me how to do it. It expands my life. Differences can be fun. But in the beginning of our marriage, they weren't fun. They were a big issue. And there were lots of emotional arguments about whether I would go hiking with him and what it meant that I didn't want to go hiking with him. Didn't I care about that he wanted me to go hiking with him? So it's tricky. You have to learn to have conversations where you can deal with differences and still reassure each other and still keep this emotional bond safe and strong. If you can do that, you can have lots of differences between you and they can be fun. They can add to your life. They can... you can teach each other things that you can give each other different points of view. As long as those differences don't become all mixed up in, do you love me? Do I matter to you? Do you care about my feelings? Do you want to be with me? Once differences get imbued with those emotional dramas, then it can be very difficult for couples.